Hi there guys, welcome to Pixelescope. In this tutorial, I'm gonna cover the new bevel input node in Blender 2.79 experimental build. So how to get this build? So in order to get that, you have to go here builder.blender.org and you have to download these latest builds based on your operating system. So mine is Windows 64-bit. So I'll download this one, and after I have downloaded, this zip file will be downloaded, and I have to unzip that and open, and then click this blender.exe and my blender will open. So this will take the same configuration of your existing Blender application. So let's see what the new bevel input does. So why do we need bevel? In short, bevel adds realism to your scene. So as you can see, this type of sharp edges doesn't exist in a real life situation, and bevel solves this problem by adding subtle roundedness to your sharp edges. But previously we had to do it manually by adding geometry or by adding the bevel modifier in Blender. So that used to add geometry to your mesh and resulting in more poly count. But now that can be avoided by using this new node called bevel. So all you have to do is use the bevel node. But before that, let me just demonstrate the scene. So this is a simple cube and an HDRI, and there in this cube is attached with a principal to PSDF. Metallic is 1 and the roughness is 0 for better demonstration. So as you can see, the edge is really sharp without the bevel. So if I now add this bevel, and notice how quickly it became more believable by using this roundedness. So there are two parameters here, one is samples and another is radius. So let me go one by one. So at first, samples. So basically samples will do this beveling more efficiently. The quality will be better with the price of render time, of course. So if you are far enough from this cube, you will not notice any artifacts in this beveling, and it will look just fine. But if you come close, this illusion will go away, because let's be honest, there is no geometry here, just the illusion that there are bevels. And in order to avoid that, you can increase the samples. So highest is 16 and I did 16. So as you can see, even up this close, you cannot tell that this is a sharp edge. So that's really cool. But if you are far enough, you don't need this much amount of samples. So I hope the samples attribute is clear to you. And then there is radius. So it is self-explanatory. If you put this lower than the previous, so the beveling, the roundedness is more subtle, it is almost sharp. And if I increase this is more rounded. So I'll increase the So I hope it is clear to you. So next I'll show you how to add normal map and bump map with bevel. So let's demonstrate that. I've already downloaded the normal map and the bump map from textures.com. It's free, you can get 15 textures each day. So this is my normal map and this is my bump map. Let's see how the normal map works. So in order to get it work, I have to add a normal map node. the color to color, normal to normal. So as you can see, the normal map works, but this normal is now occupied by the normal map. So how do we add the bevel and normal map simultaneously? So in order to do that, it's really straightforward. All you gotta do is take the normal and add this to this normal input of bevel, and now take this normal and add this. So as you can see, both are now achieved, your normal map and your bevel map, the bevel input effect. So it's really simple. But one thing I have noticed with the bevel input, that this edges somewhat looks not rounded. The edge facing you looks more rounded than the corner edges. So this is a really simple example, and in bigger example I don't think it will be noticeable, but that's alright. So now let's go to the bump map. So this is my bump map, and I have to add a bump node here. So you can do this by the same approach. You add height here, and at first let's just see the bump. So this is a clean bump, and now you can do by just adding normal here and here. Well, that's it. But I think another way of doing this same thing will be adding normal here and here. Yeah, it does the same thing, I think. Yeah, but it this is not recommended, because sometime you need to add both normal and bump, because normal is your angle information and bump is your height information. So sometime you need both. So that's why I'll recommend that you do this the previous way, add the normal here and at last add the bevel here. So that's your quick demonstration of the new bevel node. So I think it's a great feature to come to Cycles, because previously in order to do beveling you had to do that with this bevel modifier, which added the poly count, and then again you had to increase the segment to certain bit to get believable result. So as you can see, now the poly count is the faces are 150, and previously if I disable it, the faces 6. So you can imagine how much the poly count is increased. But now with the addition of bevel input node, there is no physical poly count increment. All beveling is done in render level, and that's amazing and a great feature to come to Blender. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next tutorial.